Sally up, green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tear the crown. Green Sally up, green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tear the crown. Sally up, green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tear the crown. Sally up, green Sally down. Last done start, gotta tear the crown. Sally up, green Sally down.
One Baker 11 in pursuit of 67 Ford Mustang Gray.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Wes, and I'm here with Sean. And today we are doing Gone in 60 Seconds from the year 2000. Sean, how have you been?
Not bad. Not bad. Had a good week. Nice
Yeah.
and hot out today, or warm out today.
Yeah, it was a warm day for Wisconsin, for sure.
It is Friday the 13th.
It is. We should have done... I didn't think about it. We should have done like one of the Friday the 13th films, but...
Yeah, I know with that and Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll just skip both of those and
Well,
do a...
in my opinion, this is the perfect love movie.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't think it made my list of love movies, but I still one of my favorites.
Hey, if you love your car.
Yeah, I'm a big car lover, big motorcycle lover, all that stuff.
Or Eleanor.
Eleanor, yes. But before we get into the movie, have you seen any good movies lately?
Yeah, last week I saw the new independent film Iron Lung.
Yes, I saw that with you, and that was... I went into that movie not knowing anything, and I mean, besides what little you told me it was like in a blood ocean, possibly on a different planet, and he was in like a submarine. And it was actually a really good film, especially for being a low-budget movie.
It was, and speaking of low budget, it was on a $3 million budget, and as of last weekend it had earned $34 million across the U.S. already.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What is the guy's name again?
He goes by Markiplier.
Okay, I've heard of him. I think I've seen him before, but I don't watch a ton of like YouTubers or whatever he's considered. I mean, his acting was, I don't know, I thought really good.
It was, yeah. Good for him. I mean, I hope he keeps it up.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even say there was any parts of the movie that were like super cheesy for being such a low budget film.
I would agree, actually.
I thought he acted really good. I thought the set design was really good for being such a small set. But again, $3 million budget, what do you expect?
Yeah.
But even the CG, which I will give this movie props, they did not do a lot of CG in this, which I'm very happy with. But what little CG I saw, it looked pretty good. It was pretty convincing.
It was. Yeah, it was a well-done film.
Yeah.
I watched the movie Begonia a couple weeks ago.
I heard of that. I know nothing about it other than Emma Stone's in it, and she's bald. That's all I really know.
It's a sci-fi-ish, drama-ish movie. I don't really want to talk much about it. It's nominated for Best Picture. Just watch it. Don't watch a trailer. Don't spoil anything. Don't read about it. Just watch it and see what you think. Have fun with it.
She's been doing really like artsy films lately.
She has, and this kind of falls in that category.
Yeah, I mean, not that that's a problem. What was the last one she did? It was like black and white. I never saw it, but my wife saw it and she really liked it.
Okay.
She's like, you'd like it because Emma Stone's naked in it. I'm like, this doesn't look like the kind of movie where I would enjoy that. Most movies, yeah, but this one looks a little off from that.
Yeah, and opening today for Valentine's Day, there's Wuthering Heights. There's a kids movie named Goat, and a movie called Cold Storage. It has Liam Neeson and Joe Carey from Stranger Things. It's a zombie horror comedy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like those. I like most of those.
Those can be fun.
Like, what was the one? Zombie something? Love Bites? Was that? No, what is that called? I had it on my list that I sent you.
I'm not sure. Nicholas Hoult is in that.
Yeah, that
March
one. Why
talking.
can't I think of it?
Can't either.
There's that one. There is Lisa Frankenstein. That's a really good one.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
I haven't
That
seen
should have
that
been
one.
on my list. I don't know why I didn't think of that one. I like that one. Whoa, Warm Bodies. That's what it is. Warm
Oh, yeah,
Bodies.
there you go.
Just came to me.
And exciting news, at least in my opinion, about a month ago they had officially announced Mummy 4. And as of a couple days ago, Rachel Weisz officially signed on.
That's the lead actress in
the
it?
lead actor,
Okay.
yep, from the first two.
Okay.
And Brendan Fraser has been signed on as well.
Nice.
So,
Any word if the kid who played their son,
no word on him at all. No
Was
word
he-
on that actor or that character.
was he in the third one or was just the name character?
The character was a different actor.
Okay. The third one looked so bad, I had no desire to see it.
It was awful. It was super cheesy.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
I'm sure Brendan just... either he was contracted to do it or he did it for the money.
It's something. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And actually, I had read that the fourth one is going to be a direct sequel to the second one.
Good.
They're going to ignore the third.
Good.
As of what I read.
Okay, cool. So interesting. Today we're doing a Nicolas Cage movie, and we just had a trailer drop. Was it yesterday or day before yesterday for the new Spider Noir movie?
Yeah, how
not
exciting is
movie
that?
series. And so I'm a big fan of Spider-Man. I think, as I mentioned in the past, and I do love the Spider-Verse movies, both of them. I always thought it was cool, and I thought it was cool Nicolas Cage was playing Spider Noir, but I never put much thought into it other than him just being the voice actor for it. And now he's playing another live-action Spider-Man, which is neat.
That is neat. And to me, it's so random they're making a show on Spider Noir, but I think it looks awesome. And I'm super excited for it.
And you and I were just talking before this started. Like, I'm a little tired of TV shows. However, this one does look like it might be done really well. So I mean, we'll see. I'm definitely gonna watch it, and hopefully I like it. But now we got this is his second time being a Marvel superhero.
Yeah, after Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
And he had that short stint as Superman that didn't pan out.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a CG version of him.
Yeah, in Flash.
And it looked really bad.
Oh yeah, really
like
bad.
I think they got the legal. They legally were allowed to use his Superman, but there was so much. They did way too much CG in that movie.
Yeah, they love CG in that movie.
It wasn't a bad film. I still didn't care for the way it ended, but I don't know. I feel like the film didn't know where it was going towards the end.
Yeah, it's kind of I actually enjoyed it. It was too
Yeah.
much CG, but I liked the ending. I liked when George Clooney showed up. I thought
Yeah,
it was kind of fun.
it kind of felt to me
random.
like, oh, where are we going with this?
But yeah, that kind of gave the message of that.
Right. Mr. Cage. So, Gone in 60 Seconds from 2000, directed by Dominic Sena. He directed notable movies such as Swordfish and Season of the Witch, also starring Nicolas Cage. Written by H.B. Halicki and Scott Rosenberg. H.B. Halicki did Gone in 60 Seconds, 1974, The Junkman, 1982, and Gone in 60 Seconds 2, 2003. But he also died. Oh, crap. I didn't write that down.
He died filming the sequel to the
He
original
did.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yes. So, but we will get more on that later. Scott Rosenberg, known for writing on Con Air, Kangaroo Jack, the 2017 Jumanji, 2018's Venom, and 2019's Jumanji. And we have the cast, obviously Nicolas Cage, Giovanni Ribisi. I think you and I were struggling with that name. Angelina Jolie, Scott Conn, Will Patton, Delroy Lindo, Timothy Olyphant, Chi McBride. I'm butchering a lot of these names.
Yeah, Chi McBride.
Okay, Robert Duvall, Vinnie Jones, and Michael Pena. Very small role, but I felt like putting him in there because he actually is a bigger actor these days. I can't remember his character's name, but he was one of the sidekick kind of guys in the Ant-Man movies, and he is a really funny guy. He kind of just played a small part of a Mexican gangster in this movie.
This was one of his first roles, I think.
Yeah, but I felt like putting him in there because he's definitely gotten bigger since then.
He is. I actually like the guy.
He's kind of outgrown that stereotypical Mexican role, you know.
Yeah. And he was hilarious in the Ant-Man movies.
Oh, he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
The movie has an IMDb user review of 6.5 out of 10. I love this movie, so I'm going to rate it much, much higher than that. So first we're going to start with H.B. Halicki, who was the director of the original Gone in 60 Seconds. Not only was he the director, he was the writer. He provided almost all of the cars. H.B. Halicki, he was born in Dunkirk, New York on October 18th, 1940. He had, 13 brothers and sisters, or 13 siblings.
Oh, wow.
His father owned a junkyard, car sales lot. So he grew up around cars. He loved cars. And when he grew up, he moved to California and started his own impound and towing business. Was it Halicki Mercantile Company and Junk? His junkyard was known for its extensive antique automobiles and toy collection.
So is this movie written by him, or is this movie based on him?
It is. I'm going to say the original concept. I mean, he did write the original 1974 Gone in 60 Seconds. He didn't officially write this movie, but obviously
Okay.
they took the concept of the 74 and it was heavily the 2000 movie was heavily inspired by this. His wife, Denise, she bought the rights, I think in the mid-90s, and then sold the rights to Buena Vista Pictures, which is essentially Disney, and I believe Touchstone was the one to actually put out this movie. So she sold the rights, and they obviously revamped the movie, revamped the script, and actually, for it not being like a shot-for-shot remake, I actually feel like they did a really good job of honoring him as well. Like, I feel like they definitely tried to stick fairly true to his vision while still being a big Hollywood production.
Yeah, I would agree on that.
I just noticed little subtle things throughout the film that they were really good about kind of honoring him in ways like that. One, for instance, was such a little notable role. The chase car in the 1974 movie, the car chasing the hero car, was a 1970 Mercury Montego, and the cop's number was 1 Baker 11. And in the new movie, it was a 1997 BMW 540i, but it was also 1 Baker 11, as you heard at the beginning of the podcast.
So another callback to the original, in the 2000 movie, there's a scene at the police impound yard, and in the background you can see a sign that says, if you leave your car unlocked, it'll be gone in 60 seconds. That exact same sign was in the original film as well.
Oh, was it?
So I thought that was
Okay,
kind of a
cool.
Cool little...
That is it.
Easter egg there.
I never knew that one. I actually did not go to IMDb. I'm assuming you saw that on IMDb,
Yep.
right? I hardly looked at IMDb. Besides, like, actors and what else they've been in, I looked at none of the information. I looked up everything else, and some of it was just former knowledge I had.
Oh, perfect. Maybe we won't have duplicate information.
Yeah. So just a little side thing. So after Halicki's death, his wife started dating her third cousin, who was Robert Kardashian, best known for representing O.J. Simpson.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I found that kind of weird.
That is, yeah.
So essentially here, Sean, we're kind of talking about two movies, but we're focusing on Gone in 60 Seconds from 2000, but we can't really talk about that without discussing a little bit of Gone in 60 Seconds from 1974. So first off, we're going to talk about Eleanor, I think, the famous car. The original Eleanor was not the 67 Mustang that everyone knows and loves. It was a 1971, it was a 1971 Mustang. What did I got it right here? Sports Roof Mustang Mach 1, masquerading as a 1973 Mustang, because if I remember right in the movie, they said it was like the last true muscle car, the last true Mustang, or something like that. Because I don't know how familiar you are with the gas crisis, but in the early 1970s, that was when gas prices were starting to go really high, and they were trying to make vehicles I think smog was part of the problem too. So they were trying to make vehicles not so dangerous for the environment. So basically they started putting catalytic converters and all sorts of stuff to choke off the engines. Horsepower went down, and cars just kind of lost all the balls they had from the race cars we had in the 60s. And this car was known as Eleanor. Do you know why they call it Eleanor?
I don't. No.
So basically, it was just a call sign. As I think it was stated probably in both films, that all the cars had their individual names. It was just so if people were listening on the radio, they could tell that they're stealing cars, but they don't know what cars they're stealing. Because they're not saying, hey, I'm driving a 1998 Cadillac, you know.
Yeah, so they wouldn't get caught that way.
Yeah, so yeah,
had
they
a different code for every car.
Yeah. So, in the original Gone in 60 Seconds, one of the most notable things about the film was the 40-minute chase scene, which to this day holds the record of the longest continuous chase scene in movie history.
Which is pretty crazy. I mean, the movie's like 50 years old.
Yes.
And we haven't beat that record yet.
Yes. They damaged 93 cars during filming, and most of them were authentic car crashes. There was not a lot of stuff faked in this film.
No, and actually a lot of the stuff was improvised on the spot.
Yes.
And a lot of the people in the background, they weren't hired. They were people that were actually in the public. And a lot of them were getting pissed at the cop cars for not stopping to help the,
right,
the
yeah.
crashes and stuff.
Which is crazy to think. Nowadays, there's no way you could get away with something like this.
No way.
I'm surprised in '74 in California that he got away with it. Because they're so uptight out there sometimes.
Yeah, that was a different time back then, maybe.
Yeah, well, I'm sure. Well, 50 years ago, it definitely was. So I do have a list here of the best chase scenes, or the top longest chase scenes in movie history. I did not get all the dates down for these movies. I meant to. I wrote them all down, but not the dates. So coming in at number 10 was French Connection at 5 minutes and 50 seconds. Number 9 is Ronin at 7 minutes. 8 is To Live and Die in L.A. at 7 minutes 35 seconds. Number 7 is Smokey and the Bandit, the first one, at 8 minutes 33 seconds. Number 6 is Bullet at 10 minutes and 53 seconds. Number 5 is the original Blues Brothers at 11 minutes 15 seconds.
And actually, that movie holds the record for the most destroyed cars in filming.
Does it really? Oh, I think I have heard that somewhere. Number 4 is The Italian Job, the original one from 1964, at 14 minutes and 3 seconds. At number 3, one of my favorite car movies too, Death Proof, at 15 minutes 32 seconds. Number 2 is Mad Max Fury Road at 16 minutes 46 seconds. Some will argue that is technically the longest, but I think it's... So the original Fast and Furious has the longest continuous car chase scene, and which comes in at 40 minutes.
Wow, that's a long chase scene.
It is. And I, for shits and giggles tonight, I did go back and timed the chase scene for the 2000 film just to see where, if it could, it wouldn't even make the list. It was actually just, it was shy of making the list. The longest part of the chase scene, so there's like 3 different chase scenes within the ending. The longest bit being 5 minutes and 5 minutes and 33 seconds.
Interesting.
So it would be close, but overall the scene is 7 minutes and 7 seconds, give or take a second. But it still is, to me, it's still a very exciting chase scene. Beautiful car, that 67 Shelby. I love it.
Oh yeah, awesome car.
So I think that is all I have to say on the original film.
Yeah, the original one, I just watched it a couple nights ago for the first time. It was dated to me.
It is definitely dated.
I'm sure for its time it was done really well. It's still a fun movie to watch. You know, it's fun if you like cars, you're into chases.
I do occasionally. I will sit down and watch the film. The first, I don't know how many minutes of the film are difficult to get through.
It's a slow.
Yeah. The last 40 minutes I think are very exciting. Very, just especially what he did with that car. Granted, it was reinforced in a lot of ways. That thing still went through a hell of a beating.
It sure did.
And I don't know where it is right now, but that car still exists. Like that, it's still out there. It still is presented at shows and stuff like that. I believe his ex-wife, still has ownership of the car, perhaps.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's in a museum somewhere.
Yeah.
It'd be super cool to see one of these days because that is the original Eleanor. I am not a big fan of the 70s Mach 1 Mustangs, though. They are kind of ugly. But it's nonetheless impressive what he did with that car and what even his driving. That I think that was crazy. He was a damn good driver, too.
Yeah, and credit to him with him being the star of the movie, being the writer, the director, providing all the stunts, all the props, the cars.
Making a movie is no easy feat, and from my understanding, a lot of these people who helped with the film were not paid. They were friends and family of his, and they were willing to help out with it.
Yeah, what a way to make a movie.
Yeah, that'd be the only way I could ever make a movie. I think I made a movie back in high school, but it was like 15, 20 minutes. But even that, just the amount of time I put into filming and writing and editing, all that takes a lot.
There's a lot involved.
Yeah. And minus the acting, I was in control of all of it. And I didn't think it was, for a high school film, I didn't think it was too bad. Definitely wasn't, I wasn't going to bring it to the Sundance Film Festival. They'd be like, what the hell is this crap?
No standing ovation for you.
Sadly, I have seen younger filmmakers do a much better job than I did. But I remember, in college I did a film appreciation class, and I think I had to write a report on a film, and this was one of the films I wrote a report on.
Oh, cool.
Being one of my favorite films. And so much so I even named my child after one of the, I'm not going to say who, but one of the characters in this film because I liked his name so much.
Neat.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So obviously in this film we had the very beautiful 1967 Shelby GT 500. It is basically just a Ford Mustang Fastback dressed with a customized body kit designed by Steven Stanford and created by the very famous Chip Foose, who is known for making I don't know, you've probably never seen the show Overhauling, but he takes people's classic cars that are just you ever see the movie the show Pimp My Ride?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Okay.
Yeah, back in
it was
the day.
like the same concept, except they actually made these cars good and not crappy. Like they didn't take a piece of crap and make it flashy and just add the stupidest things you could think. He took these old muscle cars and made them cool again.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Okay, yeah, so in 1995, his wife licensed the rights to Disney. So I don't know who technically owns the rights right now, if they still own it, or if she retained the rights.
Yeah, I guess I'm not sure on that one.
So one thing, let's see, we're going to talk about his death here for a second. So yes, on August 20th, 1989, while filming in Dunkirk and Buffalo, New York, they were filming Gone in 60 Seconds 2. And Halicki was preparing for the most dramatic stunt sequence in the film, during which a 160-foot tall water tower was supposed to topple to the ground. When a cable attached to the tower snapped unexpectedly, it sheared off the telephone pole, which fell on Halicki, killing him instantly. The accident occurred in an area behind the former J.H. William Tool Factory at 400 Vulcan Street in Buffalo. So if you're from Buffalo, you might know where that's at. I have no fucking clue, because I've never been there. But all I can say is I guess it's a good thing he died right away, because that probably would have been a pretty shitty accident.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No, not at all.
And the movie, it never really finished after that, did it?
No, they never officially finished the film. His wife, I believe, like when they made the 2000 Gone in 60 Seconds, she got the money to help kind of put together what was there. And there was a vehicle in the second movie called the Slicer, where there was a really low to the ground, sleek car, and it would go under cars and like flip them over. Now, if you remember in Fast and Furious 6, they had a car that did the same thing.
They did.
Now, I did a lot of research on this film. I kind of forgot to look that one up. I always thought, though, that was kind of like harkening back to that thing. Or if that's where they got the idea originally.
I wonder. And is that a real thing? Do they actually, do those cars exist?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay,
I don't believe so. I'm sure you could build one, but as far as I don't think it's something you can just buy.
Yeah. So it's
But no, it was definitely cool. So, when did you first come across this movie, Sean?
So I watched it this week for the first time in probably a decade.
Yeah.
I saw it in 2000 when it came out. And I do like Nicolas Cage. He kind of drew me to it. I'm not a big car guy. Sorry, Wes.
That's all right. We became friends over movies, not cars.
But no, it's a fun action. You know, cars aside, it's a fun action movie too.
Yes.
And Nicolas Cage drew me into it. Awesome soundtrack to this film as well.
Yeah. As I was struggling to pick some music for this movie, or for the show itself, our show, and I really debated, like, well, are there any good songs in this movie besides Flower at the beginning? And as I'm watching the movie, it's like, oh, there are so many good songs.
It's full of good songs, yeah.
It's full of them, yeah. And there's so many great actors in this film that just were not big at the time. Like I mentioned, Timothy Olyphant, you know, he's become so big.
He has.
Robert Duvall's always kind of been big. Vinnie Jones, I think this is one of his bigger roles at the time.
One of his early roles too. One of his first big.
Was
roles,
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was a former, well, what we would call soccer overseas, they call it football. If I'm correct on that.
You are, and actually, one interesting thing about that is, kind of like in his movies, he always plays a big, commanding presence. Like, oh, you don't want to mess with that guy.
Right.
So Vinnie Jones used to play soccer or football. He was in the English Football League, and one thing about him, he always is like you don't want to mess with the guy. And there was a match when he was playing, and a photographer was trying to get a picture of him. He wanted nothing to do with that. So he went over and he grabbed the guy by the testicles.
Oh, jeez.
So he's actually known for that over in Europe. Not a cool thing to be known for.
No. He might have, I don't know if he was on roids or not, but he seems like the kind of guy who would take roids. He would be a scary guy.
He was the Juggernaut.
He was the Juggernaut, yeah. Besides, I think that was one of the second things I kind of knew him from, which actually would make sense, because I want to say The Last Stand came out in, what, like 2003, 2004?
2006 it came out.
Was it? Okay, so it wasn't too far after that.
Yeah.
I think he had been in a few movies between Gone in 60 Seconds and that, but it wasn't many.
No, and he was in a lot of or some of Guy Ritchie's earlier films.
Was he?
He was in Snatch, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Okay.
He always played like one of those mafia hitmen, sidemen kind of guys.
Yeah, he kind of has that look to him.
He does.
Um,
He was also in Swordfish, that was directed by Dominic Sena.
I've heard a lot of good things about Swordfish, but I've never seen Swordfish.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was a good movie.
Yeah, I think my brother was not too long ago was telling me to watch that.
Hugh Jackman's in there as well.
Is he? Okay.
Yep.
What is that
Gary's in there.
about anyway? Do you know offhand? Is it?
I-
Isn't it a bit
something
like
with-
a weird movie?
Yeah, it is
Like-
kind of odd. It's something to do with terrorism and like online
Oh, that's
online
right.
terrorism
That's right.
or something along
Yeah.
those lines.
Okay.
It was from the early 2000s, so I don't know how technology, based it
Oh, yeah.
is, but
It's funny looking back at old tech, and they talk about certain technology, like, oh, it's so fast, and now it's like, yeah, my phone can do that in less time than that can.
yeah.
Obviously, that's just how technology works.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're recording this, and you would have needed an entire studio back in the day to do something like this.
Exactly.
Even though our quality is probably not the best, it's a lot better than they could do back in the day.
Yeah. So this movie came out in 2000, and that was kind of, in my opinion, Nicolas Cage's heyday. That's when he had a handful of really good action movies that came out.
Yes.
He had The Rock, Con Air, and Face Off. Those all came out between 1996 and 1998. Those are all phenomenal 90s action movies.
Con Air is definitely one of my favorites. I mean, again, all those movies, like, all these are my favorite Nick Cage movies.
Yeah, same here.
And I know you're a big fan of, like, 007, and I know The Rock was kind of an unofficial 007 sequel.
Yeah, there could be a case argued for that.
Okay.
I watched it about a year ago, and I read a lot about that prior, and if you connect the dots, it makes sense.
Yeah, and I think they did that on purpose, if I remember right.
And it's kind of fun. And if you watch The Rock, just think Sean Connery is playing a retired old James Bond. And it's,
Essentially, yeah. Who just happened to get locked up in Alcatraz.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is... I heard a story about that just the other day. Oh, what was it? They were talking about that bomb thing, those green balls.
Oh, yeah.
And someone confused it, thinking that was how that really is. Or like someone took that as a real terrorist threat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But then someone corrected, like, no, that's from a movie. That's not real. And to my knowledge, there is no bright green radioactiveness that can kill you like we see in the movies all the time. Ninja Turtles and Godzilla and whatever, you know? Yeah. All sorts of them that seem to have that ooze.
Yeah, then another few good movies with Nicolas Cage was the National Treasure movies.
I didn't care for those.
Oh, you don't like those?
Everyone seemed to love them, and it's like, to me, they were just okay.
Okay. I thought they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, they weren't bad. It was not my favorite movies with him.
Okay. I enjoyed the history part of it, and, you know,
I hear that.
The United States.
Yeah.
Stuff. And then Nicolas Cage was also in Wind Talkers.
That was a good one.
I really like that, too.
I only saw that one like once or twice, but that was a really good like war type movie.
Yeah, that was a good World War II movie. And one of my favorites with him, not that he's known for it, is Kick-Ass.
I love that movie.
That is so good.
And I love him in that movie. Obviously he couldn't be in the second one because, spoiler alert, he died in the first one. But he was such a good father. I mean, he was a bad father figure, but he's played such a good dad in that one. It was funny.
He did. He was awesome, and I was so sad when he died.
Right. And then Jim Carrey didn't really take over his role, but he was kind of the new cast member in the second one, and he did a good job. I didn't expect to see Jim Carrey in that. I'm like, really, Jim Carrey?
It's like the two main characters of each film.
Yeah.
But yeah, both fun movies though. I love those.
Yes, very much.
A lot of Nicolas Cage's more recent work, he's been doing a lot of B movies and more crazy roles, if you will.
I mean, he's definitely been leaning into the crazy for sure. I mean, he's done it a lot throughout the years. That man can get super crazy.
He can. Speaking of crazy, in real life, he's bought Tyrannosaurus Rex fossils. He's
got stupid money, so he just does stupid things with it.
He does, and I did a little research on him because I was wondering, you made all these great movies in the 90s and early 2000s, even got Oscar nominated for a couple. Why are you making all these B movies now? So yeah, with Nicolas Cage making all these B movies, the IRS actually slapped him with a massive tax levy. So for a while, he was doing every film he possibly could just to pay that crap off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that would make sense.
Yeah.
But he definitely brings a certain flair to every movie he does.
He does. I really enjoyed him in Renfield.
He played a good Dracula, I thought.
Did. Another fun thing, too, is that his uncle is Francis Ford Coppola, which was the director of the Godfather movies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's actually Nicolas Cage's last name is Coppola.
I think I have heard that before. That's right, I have heard that. I never think about it, though. I always forget. So, I'm going to shift back to the cars here for a second. This might be boring to some of you. I'm going to list off all 50 cars that they boosted in the film. So we had and I'm going to list the names too. We had a 1989 Aston Martin DB7 named Mary. We had a 1962 Aston Martin DB1 called Barbara. 1999 Bentley, what is that? I can't read that. Bentley Arag, I don't know. Lindsay, a 1999 Bentley Azure Laura, a 1964 Bentley Continental called Alma, a 1959 Cadillac Eldorado called Madeline, a 1958 Cadillac Eldorado Brougham, I don't know that word. Named Patricia. I think I do remember them talking about Patricia in the movie.
I think they mentioned her, yeah.
1999 Cadillac Escalade, which is called Carol, which is funny because I see the Cadillac Escalade's become such a redneck vehicle these days. Like back then it was high dollar. Now, I mean the newer ones are still high dollar, But the 99 is just, it's nothing. It's just, it's a freaking Suburban is all it is. 2000 Cadillac Eldorado STS Danila. I'm so bad with this. Penny. 1957 Bel Air convertible called Stephanie. 1969 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 called Aaron. 1953 Chevy Corvette called Pamela. 1967 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Big Block called Stacy. A 2000 Ford F350 4x4 modified pickup called Anne, which I don't remember seeing that one in there at all. I think I would have remembered an F350.
I don't remember seeing any trucks in there.
No, the only one I remember was the Humvee when he was
Okay.
a 1971 a Pantera called Kate. What is that? D Tomosa. A 1969 Dodge Daytona called Vanessa. A 1998 Dodge Viper Coupe GTS called Denise. 1995 Ferrari 355B called Diane. 1997 Ferrari 355 F1 called Iris. A 1967 Ferrari 265 GTB4 called Natalie. A 1999 Ferrari 550 wow, these Italian names I can't do. Marilano called Angeline. 1987 Ferrari Testarossa called Rose. A 1956 Ford Thunderbird or T-Bird called Susan. 2000 GMC Yukon called Megan, which the GMC Yukon and the Escalade are essentially the same thing. One just has a longer wheelbase. The Escalade has a longer wheelbase. That's the only difference.
Oh, wow.
And the names on the front, but they're the same vehicle. 1999 Humvee two-door pickup called Tracy. A 1999 Infiniti Q45 called Rachel. 1997 Jaguar XJ220 called Brenda? Not Brenda, whatever. 1999 Jaguar XK8 Coupe called Deborah. 1990 Lamborghini LM SUV called Gina, which I don't remember seeing the SUV in there. I didn't even know Lamborghinis made SUVs back then.
Interesting.
Yeah. 1999 Lexus LS 400 called Hillary. 1999 Lincoln Navigator called Kimberly. 1957 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing called Dorothy. 1999 Mercedes-Benz CL500 called Donna. 1999 Mercedes-Benz S600 called Samantha. 1998 Mercedes-Benz SL600 called Ellen. 1950 Mercury Custom Gabriella. Here's one of my personal favorites, a 1971 Plymouth Hemi-Cuda called Shannon. Another personal favorite, this one actually got kicked out of NASCAR, 1969 Plymouth Roadrunner with the nose cone and it's a blink and you'll miss it thing, but you see it in the background. This is one of my favorite cars. It's got this huge spoiler on the back.
Oh, that's cool.
And they were known for like the first car in NASCAR to break 200 miles per hour.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. 1965 Pontiac GTO called Sharon. A 1999 Porsche, depending on who you ask, 966 called Tina. 2000 Porsche Boxster called Marcia. 1961 Porsche Speedster called Natalie. 1988 Porsche 959 called Virginia. A 1997 Porsche 911 Turbo Twin called Tiana. 2000 Rolls-Royce Stretched Limousine called Grace, which that was a scene where they stole the limousine. He's like, well, you going to let me in? 1966 Shelby AC Cobra. These things are really cool too, called Ashley. And of course, we have Eleanor, the 1967 Shelby Mustang GT 500.
And actually, that car, Nicolas Cage and producer Jerry Bruckheimer both kept a replica from the movie.
Did they really?
Yep.
I didn't know that. I actually do know there's a company out there that makes replicas of them. I don't know how much they cost. I would love one. I'm sure I can't afford it, though. We have a 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser called Kathy. A 1998 Toyota Supra Turbo called Lynn, which I believe that was the same one, or not the same exact one, but that was the same car Vin Diesel drove that Paul Walker drove in the end of the first Fast and Furious movie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it was a 98, but it was a Toyota Supra
In
Turbo.
that train or that scene where they.
Yeah. And last but not least, a 2000 Volvo Turbo Wagon R called Lisa.
That's quite the list.
That is quite the list. I did attempt to get... So in the original film, it was 48 cars. I attempted to find that list. I could not find the list anywhere. I saw highlights of the list, but I wasn't going to name them unless I could find all 48.
Okay.
But going through that list, I'm almost out of breath.
And just think, they only got paid we're only going to get paid $200,000 to deliver all those cars.
Oh my god, yeah, 200. That's like nothing, really.
No.
And then they'd have to split it between all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think they got paid anyway. I mean, look at the Mustang he was driving at the very end of it.
Yeah.
Boy, that going back to the chase scene, I love that flipping chase scene.
That's pretty cool, and a lot of it was improvised, too.
Yeah, was it? Just the sound of the car, not a ton of music. They let the car do a lot of the talking, so to speak. I found it funny in during the chase scene, like when they were in the construction zone, he was being chased by a couple of early 90s Jeep Cherokees, which I've owned a couple of these. And there's no way these things were keeping up with a Mustang. I loved these Jeeps. I'm a big Jeep fan as well, but there's no way a Jeep is keeping up with a Mustang.
Very true. And actually, Nicolas Cage went to stunt driving school because he did most of his stunt driving in the film. That is kind of neat.
That is neat.
You know, I gotta ask, the actor who played Mirror Man, T.J. Cross,
Yes.
he was in like literally 3 films. Whatever happened to that guy?
Was he the Mirror Man? Which one was he again? Okay, the Ghetto Smurf guy. Yeah. You said he wasn't in very much?
No, he was. He has like 3 credits to his name.
Really?
Yeah.
He was pretty funny in that.
I thought so too.
I especially love him when they're in the Humvee going down the ramp and they push the car and he's freaking out because there's a snake in there.
I had forgotten all about that.
Yeah.
That seems hilarious. I would freak out too.
Oh, snake. I actually I like reptiles, so
I'm
I
not a
have,
snake guy.
No, snakes don't bother me. I mean, why you would leave your pet snake just in your car is a little weird.
Got a snake up my ass. Man.
Yeah. I don't know who. That's animal abuse right there.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not even talking about him throwing the snake on the car hood.
So a couple interesting things about this movie. J.J. Abrams actually had an uncredited rewrite to the script.
Really?
Yeah, this was back when not before his heyday as well.
I was gonna say this was pretty. Because what was his first big film?
His first big thing was the TV show Lost.
That's right.
That was in 2004.
Okay, so it wasn't too far after, but definitely before he had made a name for himself.
Yeah. And also, that was kind of funny. In 2012, there was a gang in the UK. They named themselves the Gone in 60 Seconds Gang. They were arrested after they stole 39 cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
They did a pretty good
I mean,
job.
that's still pretty good in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not that I would be happy about it or condone it, but still.
Right, yeah.
What a name, too. Gone in 60 Seconds. Not that it's not a good name, but could you imagine that, like, if they called it Gone in a Minute or Gone Under a Minute?
Yeah, right. And another throwback to the original, there wasn't a ton of stuff that was identical in both films. But one thing is that the identical thing was the location of the final vehicle, Eleanor. It was located at the International Towers in Long Beach in both movies.
Oh, really? I did not know that either. Interesting.
And another thing here is that the original trailer for the 2000 film was narrated by Melissa Disney. And this movie is widely credited as one of the first major movies to employ a female voice for the trailer.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. Well, Sean, I think I've run out of material on this one. So I just remember a quick little thing, like, this might have been kind of what got me into cars initially. My parents brought me to see this movie at the local theater, and I remember going in and thinking, crap, a movie about cars. Who wants to see a movie about cars? I had no interest in cars. I came out of that movie, I looked at my parents, I'm like, can we stop? I want to get a Hot Wheels, because I just loved it so much. Now that I think I really started getting into cars when I got my license, but this kind of planted that seed, because I would have been like 10 years old when this came out.
So So this is kind of nostalgic for you.
It is, yes. And definitely, it has become one of my... I have a lot of favorite films, but this is definitely up there. I wouldn't name my kid after a character if I didn't like the film. Like,
Right.
no, that film sucks. Not going to watch that. Not to mention, it's a Nick Cage film, and it's a late '90s, early 2000s Nick Cage film.
That was his prime time.
Yes, by far. Like he's done good stuff since then, but this is like top tier Nick Cage.
It is. Yeah, his 90s, lower 2000s action movies, those were top notch.
Yeah, I'm sure this will not be our last Nick Cage movie, especially from that era.
Yeah, I'm sure not.
We might. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point we end up doing all of those movies because they were all just so good.
Yeah.
What would you rate this?
So this movie, in general, I enjoyed it. You know, in my opinion, obviously it's a car movie. It's a fun action movie. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a heist movie. It's a fun movie to sit back and enjoy. You know, on a Friday night popcorn flick. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely, because I love this movie so much, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. One other thing I was thinking about that I forgot to mention. I don't know what podcast it was, but it was another podcast, and they were talking about this movie, and they were talking about how bad the CGI was in the beginning of the film, with like the face on the pictures and stuff like that. And all I got to say on that is it's a product of its time. CGI wasn't great, and what little CGI was in the film, I'm sure they put a lot of that into the jump scene near the end of the film, because that was not the best, but it was believable enough. The modern face swaps certainly don't look as good as they do today,
Oh, sure.
especially with AI and some of the stuff that creates. But I just found it funny that people were like picking apart just this beginning scene, when really I didn't see anything wrong with it. And plus, just that I'm not a Moby fan, but I love that song solely because of this film.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Awesome soundtrack once again.
Yeah, very good soundtrack. Very quotable. I remember going into this thing and what quotes are we going to use, and it's like, oh, there's a lot of quotes in this film. I had trouble narrowing it down on quotes as well. So, you got anything can't talk again. Do you have anything picked out for our next film?
Yeah, our next show we're gonna do the dark comedy action horror film called Ready or Not.
All right, and who plays in that one?
Samara Weaving is the main actress.
Okay,
in that
and when
one.
did that come out?
That came out in 2019.
2019. I have not seen that film, so I will have to. If it's available somewhere, I'll have to watch it. If not, I'm borrowing your copy.
Awesome. And I'm picking this film because there's a sequel coming out in March.
Oh, cool.
So looking forward to that.
All right. Well, until next time, we will see you all later.
Thanks again.
How you doing? Are you all right? Are you okay? Just sit back. You all right?
I think so.
Are you sure? Because you just went through a wall.